Hello, welcome to the first Get Better video on my channel. Today we are gonna talk about 5 reasons you are in so-called ELO hell and how to get out. Reason number 1, autopilot. Does this sound familiar? You finish the game and you have no idea what just happened. You were doing good, or you were even winning, and then all of a sudden you start losing, you start to die, and eventually you lose the game. I think we all had that kind of game, and that means that you are playing on autopilot. Meaning you enter the game without some bigger thinking, and that you play only using your fingers and muscle memory. You are not thinking how to win a game, and what to do at certain point, but you just play for sake of playing. Which brings us to reason 2, and that is, having no plan. Meaning you pick your champ, and upon entering loading screen you alt tab, and Google hot tub streamers or whatever. You are not thinking from the start, what does my champion do? Against who am I playing on lane? What is my win condition? What is enemy's win condition, and how and what you can do to stop enemy team from taking your lunch money and your LP. And that brings us to reason number 3, and that is, you're sweeping around other people's doors before you swept in front of your own. Or in other words, you are too focused on what is your team doing, and your players. An example, your top dies, and instantly you are thinking, not this again, my top is feeding. Or if someone makes mistake you are thinking, or even worse, typing in chat, oh my god, what are you doing you noob, do you have hands, etc. And then you start to tilt and think, how do I win with these players? Instead of focusing on your own gameplay, and how you can play as better as you can, and how you can make as little mistakes as possible. Which bring us to reason number 4. You are playing the game as you wanted it to be, instead of playing the game as it actually is. In translation, let's say you are going to split push top. Fascinating, I know. It's not all about aiming on mid, but you go on to split push top, and in that time your team is standing in jungle, and counting chickens, and watching if wolf ate some, and you push to tower, and 5 enemy players come, put you in grinder, and they grind you like minced meat, and you start typing, imagine if my team had brain, team you so noob, why no push you idiots. What I mean by this is, if you think something that your teammates should be doing, and that they should be here and be doing this or that, not with Kobe and Dash, doesn't mean that same thing is in their mind, and that they are thinking that too. And you are not supposed to rely on them to make the right decision. But instead, if you push and you see that your team is splashing each other in river, and having a contest who can make stones skip on water the most time, and you are pushing and you don't see enemy team, rather than continue pushing, fall back and go to your own jungle, or enemy jungle, or other lane, and farm what you can, and look to collect as much coins as possible, and put them in your own pocket so you can carry the game, rather than tossing coins to Witcher or enemy team. And in the end, reason number 5, why you are in ELO hell, and why you can't climb, and that is, you are too scared. You are afraid of failing, afraid of making a player pushing your lead, in case you might make mistake, and you might die, and lose precious LP. Don't be like that chickens, that your teammates were counting in jungle, but instead be like Elder Drake, that whole team has to come to kill. When you are entering the game, don't have mindset, God, I only hope I don't lose this game, that I lose my LP, but have mindset, okay, how do I win this game? A lot of times I see people that are too afraid of making play in fear of failing and feeding, and they will rather just stand there and watch and lose the game slower. But without trials and error there is no improving. Look at every game as chance to improve, and not on that will be positive or negative in the end. As my good friend once said, it's important that LP is flowing, doesn't matter on what side. Don't be afraid to fail, because even if you fail sometimes, lesson you will learn from that fail will in future bring you more LP than that one game that you might lose cause of that fail. And of course this goes without saying, but I know I have to say it anyway. If you are going for a play and you fail, you have to be able to tell yourself, okay, I tried making a play, and I failed, because I cancelled auto, because I failed my flash, or haven't taken in consideration this or that. You have to be self-critical, so you can learn from your mistakes. If you are gonna blame Timo, that just threw a rock in a river, that skipped on water 5 times, and with that he made his new personal record, by the way, good job Timo, then you won't learn anything, and then your death, and failing the play, is just stupidity. As Albert Einstein once said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's all from this video. In future I will be making more videos how to climb, improve, etc. Of course it's up to you, if you are gonna take advice from your fellow rifter or not, but if you do, and you really apply it in your own games, both these and advices from future videos, I can guarantee you that you will climb the ladder faster than squirrel climbs the tree. And that's all from me. If you like this video, throw that like and subscribe so you can stay in flow with latest updates from Timu's path to becoming League's first world champion in stone skipping. Thank you for watching and have amazing rest of the pancakes.